Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel for another review video on this FOXPEED jump starter. Now they sent me this for a review and we're going to see what it can do. It claims that it can jump up to 8-liter gasoline engines and 6.5-liter diesel engines. So we're going to actually test this on a 7.3 today and see if we can push that extra 0.8 liters and see if it can do it. But this, I believe, is under $100. I'll put the price up on the screen. But if it can do it, then for that price, this is a great deal. So we're gonna go ahead and do an unboxing here and kind of show you what it looks like and stuff. And then we'll go ahead, we'll put it to the test. I'm gonna start it with the 7.3 with one battery hooked up. And then we're gonna try it with no batteries hooked up and see what it can do. Even if there's one battery not hooked up, then that's still pretty impressive for under $100. If you're in a bind, that should be able to jumpstart the truck if you have weak batteries or something. But we're gonna go ahead and actually put it to the test, see what it can do. All right, so this is how it will come in this box here. That just gives you the various details. Back here, this one note, it says that it will jumpstart a car up to 20 times per charge, which is pretty impressive. If you have like a standard car, this would be perfect for that. Because those engines are pretty small and don't require that much juice to start them. So we're gonna really review this and put this through a hard test today. Like I said, because we're gonna be doing it on my big pickup truck. So if it can do that, it will be able to do a car. But I've never tried this before, so I have no idea what's gonna happen. So that's the whole point of reviewing it. Okay, so first impressions here, this thing is pretty small. I mean, this is about the size of, it looks like a walkie-talkie kind of. I don't really know what else to compare it to, but it's a little bit bigger than a phone. And the one thing I do like here, especially, is these instructions. If you have a car and you're not really into vehicles or stuff and your battery goes dead, you're gonna be kind of worried if it's your first time. And it's nice to have those instructions tell you what to do. So that's a good thing. And then, I mean, this has like a charger. It looks like this might be for like a car outlet. I don't really know what that is. Oh, this is, I think if you have like a car phone charger, you can plug it into here and then plug that into the unit itself. This is a charger for the unit itself. And then this looks like it just hooks up to the unit and then you can put these on your batteries. So it's nothing crazy, nothing too fancy. If you have a car, I bet it'll get the job done. But like I said, we're gonna go test this thing pretty harshly right now and see if it can do a big pickup truck. So let's get to testing. All right, I got it charging here, and I do like how it tells you the percentage that it's charged. That's really kind of cool there. So I'm gonna let it charge all the way up to 100%, but I wanna show you something that the manual says and point out a couple things. All right, so on the first page of the manual, it says, do not start any engine that exceeds the maximum displacement the jump starter can bear. So obviously we're gonna be going above and beyond. I probably wouldn't recommend it, but let's see how it goes off the review and see what happens. And then it says, please ensure the device is at least 50% charged before use. So we're gonna do that. And then one other thing I wanted to point out in this manual was back here. This number 9 right here, it says to preserve longevity, discharge and recharge the device at least once every 3 months. So you're good to go, it sounds like, for up to 3 months. If it's sitting underneath the seat or something, or in your car, in your trunk, or wherever it is, every 3 months you'd wanna do another recharge on it, it sounds like. So while we're charging, just point out some things, and it's actually making me think that I should adjust this test a little bit. So we're gonna actually start it off on a quad first. I don't know if it's gonna be this exact one, but I have a few quads here. One of them, at least one of them's dead. So we're gonna try that first, and then we will try it on the truck. All right, so to start this test off, we're gonna use it on this quad that has no battery in it. You just plug these, the red goes to the red, and then the black goes to the black. And hit the power button. Let's just see if we can crank it over. that's a good way to start off this review. You can crank over this 500 quad pretty easily. So also just to show you real quick, it is at 92% now. So for cranking that over, it dropped 8%. I mean, I guess it's not meant to crank it over super long, but the instructions say like 3 seconds, and I cranked it a little bit longer than that. So let's go move on. Bump it up here because this is really what everyone wants to see, is what the limits of the product are and sort of what it can do. So this is my truck, a 7.3. I'm in the middle of that Shorty dually swap if you're new here. And I'm not going to show you any of the back. I just want to do a little test on this with this jump starter. So I'm going to pop the hood, and then we're going to try one battery unhooked with the jump starter, and then we're going to try both of them unhooked and see what it can do. Because this is really what I wanted to get to, is if it can do this, and this is that would be outstanding, because 7.3 requires a lot of juice to start. So if it can tackle this, it can pretty much tackle anything that you'd have on the road, with the exception of like big rigs and those big trucks and stuff, like semis or something like that. But if it can do this, even just one battery, that's still pretty impressive. So we're gonna give this a test here. All right, hood popped. This is just pretty much a stock 7.3. There's nothing really done to it other than the paint. It's stock turbo, stock injectors, everything stock. So we're gonna leave this battery connected, and we're gonna disconnect this one, and we're gonna jump it right to the terminals here. You can see I got some acid on there actually, probably gonna have to clean that. But basically, if this truck goes dead, if you've had one of these trucks where you can barely not get it to start, or you can barely get it to start, usually if you switch out one battery, that is good enough to get it to start. So this is gonna be a good simulation of that. Let's just say you're gonna switch out this battery, and in place we're gonna put the jump pack. If you're in a roadside emergency, I'm saying, if it can start it, then that is pretty good sign, because typically if this truck's about to go dead, or it's just to the point where it won't start, one battery, like I said, is just enough to get it to start again. So this will be a good key indicator here if it can do it with this jump pack. And then, like I said, we're gonna disconnect them later, and we'll just try the jump pack alone, which will be very interesting. I will say also that I have that Amazon starter in here, that DB electrical starter, which I actually have a separate video on that. And this thing cranks this truck up like lightning fast. I mean, it is probably the fastest starter I've ever seen crank one of these big old motors up. So hopefully we can get that same speed out of this jump pack. All right, so driver's side battery completely unhooked. I'm gonna hook the terminals up. And then that side, I still have the terminals on the battery. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna hook that jump pack up here. This truck is bone cold, hasn't been started in a few days. So I'll prove that. I'm gonna put my hand back here on the turbo. It is stone cold. It's about 36, 37 degrees out. So this will still be a pretty good cold start of the truck in that temperature, and we'll really see what this product is made of. All right, and so to start off this test, let me just show you that it's at 80%. I actually used it a couple more times on that quad, while I was working on it, but 80%, I'm not gonna recharge it for this first test. I probably will for the next one, but nonetheless, let's get it hooked up. Impressed. I'm really impressed with that. For one battery, that is incredible. That thing cranked up almost just as fast as it would have. I only ran it for a second here because it's smoking up the garage here pretty good. But that was really, really good. I can't believe that, honestly. For this little pack to take up this whole battery, that is pretty crazy. On 80% too. I mean, I don't know if you started it with one battery. I could do that and show you the comparison. I can disconnect this and show you what it starts like with one battery, and we'll compare it. But wow, that is pretty impressive. If you're in an emergency, usually you only need one battery on this truck. And I have to say that did quite a good job. That starter really cranked up fast. So let's disconnect, and now let's just try it with one battery with no jump pack, and I'll show you what I mean. It's not the easiest starting with one. All right, this is gonna be it starting off of one battery. They're disconnected on this side. So I'll just show you that it doesn't really like it. It probably won't even start, but. Maybe it will, but I think it's slower. It still starts off with one battery, but we also kind of helped it warm up the glow plugs already and that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it was nearly as fast. We can compare the clips, and I think that when the jump starter was hooked up, it was way faster. So. All right, both batteries disconnected here. Just to show you, it's been maybe like an hour and a half. But both those batteries are disconnected. The thing is fully charged, the jump pack's fully charged. It's freezing in here still. The truck is probably cold again. So it'll be as close to as cold start as we can get it. But yeah, so I'm gonna hook the jump pack actually up to this side, since this one goes right down to the starter. So we have the best chance of starting it. And we'll see what happens. Now, this is obviously not what this thing is meant for. It's not meant to just run a big truck like this all by itself. And it's not even within the specification. It says it right on the front to not do this. So this is just gonna be an extreme test to show what this thing's made of. And if it can do this, then I'll be very impressed. So let's go ahead and see what this thing can do. All right, so both batteries disconnected. Let's go ahead and hook this thing up. It's 100% charged, and we'll see just exactly what it can do. Even if it cranks it for a second, I'll still be satisfied with that. But let's go give it a try. Not on that one. Let's reset it here. It did not like that. All right. It cannot do this. And honestly, I didn't really expect it to either, because it's not meant for this. At least it can turn the truck on and stuff. It sounds like it wants, it's right there, but it just doesn't have enough power to crank that big old starter over. So I guess we saw what we needed to see. All right, guys, well, there you have it. This test on the FOXPEED jump starter. Overall, I'd say it's a good unit. It's a budget unit. If you have like a car or something, this would have no problem doing that. What we tested in this video was, obviously it can do like the quad, it can do small stuff. It did one of these with only one battery in it, and it actually cranked it a little bit faster. So it's good for small things. Obviously it's not going to do this truck as we've seen with no batteries. It's just not made to do that, and that's not even within the specification for it to do that. So what we can take away from this is that this will be a good unit if your batteries are going dead or something in your car, or for example, if you have like a mid-sized truck maybe, or a small car, and you want to avoid a towing bill if you're breaking down on the side of the road. This will get you out of that pinch, because it's capable of doing those smaller vehicles. And even this with just the one battery is still pretty impressive to me for something this small. I mean, look at how small this thing is compared to a big battery in this truck. It needs two batteries to even really run this truck properly. So with that said, would I recommend it? Yes, I would. Probably not if you have a big truck like me. I wouldn't recommend this one. Like I said, it's a budget unit. But if you have like a car or something not as heavy duty as this, then absolutely. Or if you just do little things like lawn mowers or ATVs or small things like that, this is a really handy size tool to have in your toolbox. So I really like that. I like how it is nice travel size too. Everything is kind of breaks down nicely. It has a nice case and all that. So I mean, you see what it is, you see the results. So that's a wrap on the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope you guys learned a little bit about the product more. If you're interested in it, there's going to be a link in the description for you to go purchase it. So thanks again, once again, for watching, and definitely hit that subscribe button. Actually, before I end the video, definitely go hit that subscribe button right now, because the next video following this is going to be the Shorty dually video on my truck. So you're not going to want to miss that. This thing is pretty crazy. That's why I haven't shown you anything back there. There's really not many trucks out there like this. Very few with all the work, customization stuff that's done to this. But I really think you guys are gonna think this truck is unique and really cool. So that video should be very fun for you. And I'm just as excited as you guys are to get this video out. So definitely hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in that next video.